and find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Hey everybody, so I said I would be back today, and I have a little bit more audio to go over and play for you guys. It is when I was in Tennessee here this a few days ago, and this one's going to be with Lora. Hey Colby. Let's go ahead and I'll share this screen here. I wonder if they've searched that freaking mess. Hey, Nana of 3, Sherry and Red, Sharon. Aw, I missed you guys too. Hey, Rose. If anybody sees Jane, don't let me know. She was texting me, and then she just kind of didn't hear from her. I'm trying to get her. I need her shipping address. Hey, Love and Life, Selena. No, I didn't see the wells. I didn't stop at. Really? Yeah, I didn't expect they would want to talk to me. So, and plus, like, there's nothing to really talk to the Wells about anymore. You know, they're not going to tell us what really happened. And if they are, let the ones that they're talking to figure that out. Okay, Krug, sure. Sorry about that. You know how the last couple months, and that's I'm even trying to get a hold of Jane because she's still waiting on her package altogether. So, and now things are starting to get back to normal. You know, I want to make sure I'm all good there and everybody got their stuff because that's been a while. Jane, don't. Aw, miss you too. Have you been in the hospital? Oh, okay, so this picture once again is Jodi Sue's backyard. I was just wondering, well, her mom's backyard. I was just wondering if they searched this mess. Look at that pool. I don't understand what's going on here and why there's wood around the pool, like all around the pool. Stuff's growing out of it. I just wonder if they've searched it. And then there's all kinds of stuff like all this stuff back there. I mean, it's pretty normal to see people with this much, with a bunch of stuff in their yard around this area, but this is a little bit most people have like vehicles in their yards or something. Hey, Lil Wing. Oh, I wasn't just talking about the water, black belt, at all. I'm just talking about in general. All right, since we got people, or I guess I can go ahead and start the recording. It's just about hold on one second. Let me hey, kitty cat. It's full of just gross water, and I'll have to show you pictures later. It's and then she has a dog chained to a freaking, it's like got like just a short leash that is chained to all the way back in the backyard.
It's the one they had up on the hill. Dragged me off that fucking hill.
What do you mean?
She wasn't kept whining up there one day fucking until somebody went up there and helped her get her fucking dog. I mean, I started in the fucking house up there, and I swear to God, it smelled like fucking cat piss and fucking dog shit. And I just turned around and I fucking walked out. I said, I'm fucking highly allergic to fucking cats. Ain't no way in fucking hell I'm going in there. I said, I'm sorry. I may be a rude motherfucker right now, but this is unfucking called for. This is nasty. Who the fuck lives like this?
You said that to her?
Yes, I did. I got mad, dude. I said, you got the fucking balls to ask me to help you?
It was that bad? Like
it was awful, man.
Like where she should be embarrassed to have anybody in there?
Yes. I wouldn't let my dog go in there, much less a human.
And this is over there on what, 25?
That's up on the hill.
Wow, so I didn't know it was that bad there, because I remember. Okay, so I'll rewind and we'll start over, because so you guys know who she's talking about. She's talking about Jodi Sue right now, back when Jodi Sue asked her for help with something. I don't know. She talks about it here. So this is back before Summer went missing, and she had gone over to Fred's and Lora's and asked for some kind of help, and Lora went with her, and she's telling the story of what happened. So yes, this is Lora, who is Fred Hill's long-time girlfriend of like 9 years or something. A while, maybe even longer, 14 years. I'm thinking even longer than that. I'm thinking it's more like 15, almost 15. So here, I'll start it over. So now, since you guys know who she's talking about, and it's actually kind of funny. You guys telling me about an apartment of hers that got like water and that is full of just gross water, and I'll have to show you pictures later. It's and then she has a dog chained to a freaking, it's like got like just a short leash that is chained to all the way back in the backyard.
It's the one they had up on the hill. Dragged me off that fucking hill.
What do you mean?
She wasn't kept whining up there one day fucking until somebody went up there and helped her get her fucking dog. I mean, I started in the fucking house up there, and I swear to God, it smelled like fucking cat piss and fucking dog shit. And I just turned around and I fucking walked out. I said, I'm fucking highly allergic to fucking cats. Ain't no way in fucking hell I'm going in there. I said, I'm sorry. I may be a rude motherfucker right now, but this is unfucking called for. This is nasty. Who the fuck lives like this?
You said that to her?
Yes, I did. I got mad, dude. I said, you got the fucking balls to ask me to help you?
It was that bad? Like
It was awful, man.
like she should be embarrassed to have anybody in there?
Yes. I wouldn't let my dog go in there, much less a human.
And this is over there on what,
That's
25?
up on the hill.
Wow, so I didn't know it was that bad there, because I remember you guys telling me about an apartment of hers that got like
She caused the whole goddamn apartment complex to be condemned.
I know that's
I mean, they tore the motherfucker down.
yeah.
They had to knock it down.
See,
it
like-
had roaches so fucking bad.
Yeah, you told me about that, but you didn't say that her current place. I imagine it was probably pretty
Dude,
bad.
this bitch is so fucking nasty.
Okay, so for those of you that didn't know, they actually had to knock down this area of apartments in a Cloud Apartments in Kingsport because of how disgusting Andy and Jodi Sue lived. So that's what she's talking about when she talks about when having a whole damn apartment building condemned.
She would fucking be on the rag and she'd pull the fucking pad off where she's sitting and fucking throw it in the goddamn floor.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm fucking serious.
What? She did that in front of you?
Fuck no, because I would have killed that motherfucker.
Oh, are you just saying that's just
I
something
just
she would
know
do?
that that's what it looked like. I fucking had to be on the goddamn hazmat team to fucking clean that motherfucker.
In a quarter mile, turn left to
So you
stay on
didn't
South
actually
Wilcox
see her do
Drive.
that. You just.
Oh, I've seen the afterworks. I know that that's what it looked like she done. Just
Oh,
pulled
she
the
had-
motherfucker off and throwed it to the floor.
Oh, there was a pad on the floor.
Yeah.
Ew.
It
Ew.
looked like she just sat down there and fucking changed her shit and fucking throwed it in the floor.
And she had you come in there to help her like when it was like that? How? She has no shame. So, see, that's what makes me think this chick, if she has no shame like that, then she probably could do something to a little kid or be part of some kind of trafficking ring. Do you think, is she really close to Lawson? Do you know?
I don't know.
She's always like talking about Lawson, Ronnie Lawson.
She's awful fucking brave to be fucking telling everybody that she's fucking snitching, because some of the main dudes that fucking got busted in that big bust,
Just got out, right?
yeah, and
So, the apartment complex Bushi is called Cloud, like the clouds in the sky. Cloud Apartments in Kingsport, Tennessee. Surely there's somebody who works there or used to work there that knows about the incident that can confirm it, beyond just Fred and Lora. I'm pretty sure I heard it from others too. I mean, there's been so many crazy stories that come out of Ben Hill and this case. It's like they almost just don't shock you anymore. You know what I mean? So here she's talking about how she's talking about how she went to help Jodi Sue. The place was disgusting. She couldn't do it. And she says there was literally a sanitary napkin, a used one, on the floor. How do you not get embarrassed about that? I don't understand. That's actually very concerning because that tells me a lot about her. That tells me that she doesn't have normal human emotions and responses. Seriously. Most people would not be able to bring somebody to their place when there was a bloody pad on the floor. But for her, it just doesn't faze her. What else doesn't faze her? In what other ways does she not react normally? I mean, we've seen it here on YouTube. She has a very odd sense of humor, and I don't think I've ever seen her. We have seen her cry, but it was over herself, her and her Andy situation. She thought she was a delightful pool dancer. I bet she at beaches was double spraying bleach and alcohol off that rotten. Yeah, so she's one of those people, and it's confirmed from others around the area. She likes, well, Lora said it, that she likes to hear her head rattle or something. I think that's the way she put it. She likes to hear her own head rattle. But it's more than that. Like, she's one of those that likes attention no matter like what kind, you know, because she doesn't have any shame. So attention is attention to her. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm not a doctor. It's just my observation. All right, slip on one. Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be funny to have? You just made me think of Mario Kart. You remember the Mario Kart when you throw the banana to make the car spin out? I was playing Mario Kart at my dad's, like old school, on, what was it on? I think it was on the Wii. But Mario Kart, that just made me think of, you said you could slip on them. Now you made me think of that same thing, except instead throwing out pads instead of bananas. I don't know why. I just thought that. Oh, geez. So strange. I mean, but that you don't, that'd be good. Proof is in the pudding. I mean, but you're not concerned of what you have seen already, though. I'm really concerned to know where her daughter's staying. Surely she doesn't have her daughter in a shed with her. I hope not.
They won't hesitate to put a bullet in her fucking head.
Here, I'll rewind it a little bit. Yeah. To a little kid or be part of some kind of trafficking ring. Is she really close to Lawson? Do you know?
I don't know.
She's always like talking about Ronnie
She's
Lawson.
awful fucking brave to be fucking telling everybody that she was fucking snitching, because some of the main dudes that fucking got busted in that big bust
Just got out, right?
Yeah, and they won't hesitate to put a bullet in her fucking head.
Yeah, I don't want him to kill her yet. We need to know where Summer is, and I know she knows. I know her.
She's just stupid, though. I'm just saying, getting straight on there, and I've been working for the law for this many years.
I know. She tries to act like, she said she's been working with law enforcement.
Do you think that makes you look fucking better, bitch? That's what I feel like saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised that she...
From where I'm
Turn left to stay on South Wilcox Drive.
The only good snitch is a fucking dead snitch.
Yeah.
And that don't even have to be because I'm
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Southgate Place.
I'm just saying, period. A
Right.
good snitch is a fucking dead snitch.
I agree, especially the way she's doing it just to, yeah. I know that Fred felt bad because he's like felt bad for helping the police with Summer. I'm like, that's totally different. Are you kidding? That's completely different. Yeah. I'm like, this little missing girl, but
take the next left onto Southgate Place.
She's just, let's see, do I turn
She's
left?
small. You go right here. Turn
Left right here?
Yeah.
She's, what were you gonna say?
She's small. She can't defend for herself.
In 600 feet, turn right onto Southgate Trail.
Agreed to fucking help the law, but to help find the child, then fuck them. They ain't worth
Nobody
fucking
said
having.
anything. Nobody. Zero
Turn
people
right
have
onto
said
Southgate
anything
Trail,
like
then turn
that.
right.
Actually, I kept it quiet for a while because I was worried people would, but I think now, like, people are so, like, it's definitely, there's
Take
definitely
the next
a
right,
change.
then your destination will be on the right.
Well, it's been almost 2 years, and every time Fred tells the story, he don't do.
It's
tell
the
a
same
different
thing.
story. It's the same.
Okay, I'll rewind that part a little bit because it's important because some people didn't know. Some people still did not know, like, that he worked for law enforcement and wore a wire on Dawn. However, and this was for a 2-day period, and we were talking about, she started talking about snitches and stuff because of Jodi Sue. And it made me think how bad, like, I could tell, like, how he was talking that he felt bad or something, or he didn't, for doing that. And like, and I remember telling him, well, this is different. This is to help find a little girl, So, unfortunately, somehow, that device that police had him wear ended up being completely wiped up to a certain point. So all that stuff, all that conversation he had with Dawn was just gone. And then the guy who was over that whole thing, that, the main guy who set it up, like, helped Fred get set up and with the the device and stuff. For some reason, he was booted from that case. He wasn't allowed back up on the hill anymore. We don't know exactly why, but we don't know if it's related to that because he messed up on that, because that was such a big screw up, because Fred was telling me how when he was doing that, getting these conversations on recording. Now, they listened live. The police did hear it live, but they needed that recorded for, court. It was very important. And somehow that didn't happen and it completely deleted. And Fred was saying that the cops were acting like they were ready to arrest him that night. That's how he said. He said they were like going to get him that night. And it was like they acted like them losing that recording, like really screwed up it really screwed things up. Is how he was explaining it. Is how he said they were acting. And then that guy was let go off the investigation a few days later. She should change her. Right, Michelle? Yes, this is Fred Hill's girlfriend of almost 15 years. What did he say? Well, I mean, he's on there talking about the resurrection and stuff. You know, all that stuff that he's told us that Fred's told us that over these conversations. Basically, that's what he witnessed. Her, you know, Dawn talking to him about the resurrection. I'm going to see her again in resurrection. Talking about Ellen White. That one, what is that one? The main story or the main book that Dawn always talked about. And Fred once again said, during this trip, he once again said, if somebody would just read that, get a hold of that book of Dawn's, I don't know why he is thinking like this, but he says he believes that will tell the story of what happened to Summer. I mean, I think that's a little far-fetched, but in a way, I do think there could be some religious aspect behind what happened to Summer, and maybe, you know, people go crazy. You know, sometimes like they let, you know, these religious ideals and stuff, like some people make it, you know, try to make it reality, and they just kind of lose it in their mind, lose touch with reality. And I think that Dawn's definitely the type who would be very vulnerable to that kind of, wouldn't you guys think? Don't you think he would be like the perfect candidate for, you know, a cult or something? A cult member? Hey, Michelle D. and Joy. Demonic, maybe. That too. I mean, it could be any type of cult. Maybe they were recording the recording. No, I guess they could hear it live because of safety reasons. And he even said, he swears up and down, and he swears Fred, when I say he, I mean Fred. He said when he wore that wire, he swears up and down, and swears law enforcement heard it too, that there was a laugh that came across the freaking device. And even Dawn asked what was that? And Fred said he was like almost like frozen, you know, just like in shock because he didn't know what to say. And he just made up something like, he said, oh, it must be this new phone I got. I'm just like trying to figure it out. But supposedly, according to Fred, what he says law enforcement has no idea what that was and how the device got wiped like it did. And he said that law enforcement was supposed to have him do it again and bring back another device, but never ended up happening. A perfect circle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of great Seventh-day Adventists. I don't really though think, I don't know. At the beginning, many people looked into the SDA church and stuff. But now I'm more focused on the Baptist churches for some reason, for other reasons. Just because, where Brandon Lawson and them were going to church and where certain people go. And it seems to be certain Baptist churches. I'm not so sure that the SDA church is really involved. I don't know. I don't think so. Does anybody still believe that? Does anybody still believe that the SDA church has something to do with her disappearance? Yeah, Love and Life, but they also some of them though also follow the teachings of Ellen White though on top of it, right? So when you start bringing in people to a religion, I don't know. How do you decide who's a prophet? I mean, anybody could go and say, "Oh, I'm a prophet." Was he a pastor? Marlena's father was a pastor. Is that true? Rick Crawford was? Kumbaya. Kumbaya. Yeah, I can see him do that. All with beers in their hand. Whiskey. I don't know. Some people think Fred's a suspect. I mean, I had somebody, I'm not going to name them, but I had somebody text me the other day say that Fred, they're like, "You do know Fred's a suspect in her disappearance, don't you?" I'm like, "No." But, I mean, I would be that would be, I don't see that, but it doesn't seem, but I don't know. I don't think so. I've never believed that. And I always thought he didn't seem like that type, but some people I think believe that. Rick Crawford did pass away. I just really don't believe that Fred nor Lora would ever. I just don't. I can't see it. But, I don't really know him, I guess. But I believe that LA believes Fred because they let him wear the wire. I mean, yeah, that's what. I mean, that's what Fred said. Fred and Lora say that he wore a wire. We don't have that from law enforcement as validation. I suppose somebody could lie and say, "Oh, I wore a wire," but he's told this story so many times and it's always the same. And he tells the same story about how this laugh happened when he was talking to Dawn over this device and how the device got wiped. And it's just like always the same thing. I mean, the details are just always the same. Okay, here. I'm going to go ahead and continue on this. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit and then continue.
Man for herself. I mean,
In 600 feet, turn right onto Southgate Trail.
Agreed to fucking help the law, but to help find the child, then fuck them. They ain't worth
Nobody said
fucking having.
anything. Nobody. Zero
Turn
people
right
have
onto
said
Southgate
anything
Trail,
about
then turn
that.
right.
Actually, I kept it quiet for a while because I was worried people would, but I think now, like, people are so, like, it's definitely, there's
Take
definitely
the next
a
right,
change.
then your destination will be on the right.
Well, it's been almost 2 years, and every time Fred tells the story, he don't do.
It's
tell
the
a
same
different
thing.
story. It's the same.
Your
fucking
destination
thing.
is on the right.
I try to tell people that.
And I told Fred, I said, man, I'm so tired. I know this makes me sound awful, but I get so tired of hearing about it over and over.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's nothing to you. I mean, I want to see them find her. Don't get me wrong, and I don't mean.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you
I
get.
feel like that's like part of my young, you know, because that little girl come to my house a lot.
She did.
And she played with my kids a lot. My kids is a lot older, but my kids are like kids.
So your kids used to stay down there at.
Oh no, they didn't ever go down there.
I mean, no, stay down there at Fred or at your guys' place down there.
Yeah.
Or let's see.
Oh yeah, our kids used to be with us.
Yeah.
We had our kids up until fucking.
Yeah, up until when?
Well.
Well, if it was, well, she's only. Well, then that would mean that your kids just play with the boys, then, right?
Yeah.
Not her, because.
My kids played with. They come down on visitation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We love getting to see them on the weekends for a little bit.
And there's part that is full of just gross water, and I'll have to show you pictures later. It's and then she has a dog chained to a freaking. It's like. Okay, so that was the end of the recording. It just started to start over again. So far, I mean, there's still more. There's still more, but I was only going to be trying to do like an hour or so a day. Oh, thank you, Sweet Dee. There is so much corruption in this case, and actually, speaking of corruption, that's another person I spoke to is Jason Arnold's mom. He is one that went missing in 2017, and there was some weird circumstances surrounding his disappearance. Here, actually, let's see if I'm going to try to get a hold of his mom tomorrow if I don't hear from him, because he's the one that saw, not Jason. Jason Arnold is deceased, but his brother is the one that saw Candace that day. I'd love to talk to him about that, and love to talk to him about the corruption, because I hear he has a lot to say about the corruption in that area because of his brother who went missing. And the cops just completely handled it wrong. Let's see. Thank you, Misty. Jason Arnold, they ended up finding. So I guess the police had his body. They found his remains a whole year before they told the family. She actually said, so Jason Arnold's mom told me that, and I have it on recording. I'm sure we can listen to some of it, but she really wants people to still be looking into his disappearance and murder because it's never been solved. They actually tried to pin it on his son, which she's really upset about because that's her grandson, and she doesn't believe that he was the one responsible. She believes that the cops just wanted to put it on somebody and wanted to basically just get it done and over with. But the cops had his body or some of his remains a whole year before they told her they did. She had gone, what had happened is she wanted, she wanted Jeff Bobo to run another article in the Rogersville Review to kind of, bring attention back to the case because it still had been unsolved and he still hadn't been found at that point. He was still missing. He hadn't been found. So she went down to the Rogersville Review and she talked to Jeff Bobo. And guess what? Jeff Bobo, the one who is Ronnie Lawson's lapdog and the one who turned off the comments on Brandon Lawson's article conveniently, had to ask Rogersville Police Department or, had to ask Hawkins County first, is what they told her. So Jeff Bobo wouldn't run an article without running it by Ronnie Lawson, which even proves to me even more connection of how tight-knit, connected these people are in these positions. Jeff Bobo, Ronnie Lawson, district attorneys, judges, commissioners, funeral home owners, and church owners, and all of them are connected. And they all are working together. Jeff Bobo has to check in with Ronnie Lawson to see if it's okay to run an article just like, hey, still be on the lookout for, he's still missing. Well, anyways, so 2 days after he tells her that he has to check in to, with Hawkins County about that, and she never hears back from him. But 2 days after that, here comes Hawkins County to her door to tell her that they found his body. And they found his remains, a year ago. And it was positive, or it was him. And she was like, you've had it for a year and you're just now telling me? She just thought it was really weird that 2 days after she went down to the newspaper to try to bring more attention to the case, that suddenly Hawkins County then tells her that they actually had his body. They said she didn't understand because they had sent the body down to Texas to get it, do the DNA and everything to, ID the body or the remains. But she didn't understand because she says everybody else goes over to, I think she said Johnson City or something. She goes, I don't understand why they had to send it all the way to Texas. And they didn't tell her that because they said they wanted to make sure it was, see whose remains it was first. And Hawkins County claims it took a year for those remains to be ID'd. And it just so coincidentally happened like it did, where she had spoke to Jeff Bobo and 2 days later Hawkins County is at her door. So yeah, she's not very happy with them. I'd really like to talk to. I'll try contacting her tomorrow if I don't hear from her, so we could I just really need to ask him about what time. I want to hear from him, another person. What time did he see Candace down there at the end of the driveway? In the she'd be in her mom's truck. She would have had to been, right? Because Dawn was driving the red car that day. And then, like I said yesterday, I need to get my Post-it notes by my computer again and just get back into the research and stuff, because I really need to also find who was the person who came in after Andy that day. I want to see if she happened to see him. She would have had to have passed him. Maybe she saw like what kind of vehicle that was with him. That would be really good person to talk to. She was just down at the end of the driving by. She asked him, Candace asked him if Fred and Lora were home, and he told her no, that they were towing off vehicles or going to the junkyard or something. And she's like, and then she had mentioned that her daughter was missing, that she was looking for Summer. And he said, well, I'm about to go up the mountain. If I see, I'll keep my eyes peeled and, watch for her. And according to Fred, his friend saw that interaction happen around 4:30 to 5. Which would probably have been right after Candace says she saw Jodi Sue at the end of her driveway from 4:30 to 5. Oh, really? A podcast called Without Warning has a lot of episodes on corruption in East Tennessee. Oh, really? Lora. No, I am interested for sure. Dang, I need to get some. I'm definitely interested because I'm connecting dots and putting puzzle pieces together. And that's why we all need to work together. I love when you guys send me stuff and that you think would help. I mean, I know I haven't been around for the last couple months, but I'm going to come back and it's going to be 100% true crime. And hopefully we can get back to people coming up here and discussing whatever case we're talking about. What the Without Warning? What time did those tree people leave? That's another thing that's another good thing that we should revisit, because we need to add that into the little timeline that I'm making on PowerPoint, is when, the times that the tree people, they claim they saw Candace leave at like 8:30 to 9 in the morning or so. And they saw Summer in the vehicle. Well, Fred says he saw Dawn turning up the driveway up to 110 Ben Hill Road around 8:30 to 9, and he had the boys in the car. So Fred is very adamant that Dawn was not at work all day. I guess that would make, I don't know, maybe that would make sense why sometimes people say, oh, the boys went to work with Dawn. Maybe they started to, and maybe he changed his mind and brought him back. And the tree people, they left. I thought that they were out there until after she went missing, I think, working. I'm pretty sure, because I remember them telling me that that Dawn was talking about, like, or maybe it was the next morning. It was, okay, that was probably the next morning, actually. But they told me that he was talking about the resurrection, talking about freaking Trump, President Trump, acting like everything was just normal. Did they say they saw her? Excuse me. They saw Summer when Candace come home. I don't remember that, but didn't like tree cutters. They were cutting down all her spine tree houses. Let me see what video. Let me see here. I think I put a video in here that I was gonna. Hold on, what's this? Okay, here we go. Oh, God. Shut that chick up. Trying to see what this is. Oh, well, no, we don't want to watch that anyways. I don't know what this is, but here we can watch it.
Take the next left onto Ben Hill Road. In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Athena, this is your beginnings. Child. Look at the creek, how much water's in there right now. Whoa.
You have arrived.
Where's Summer? Did you see that mailbox they have? What's raining? Did you hear me, Caitlin? No, what did it say? It's of a dog. And somebody got him a mailbox. So, he should hopefully be here because... It might be up there, but I go down this way first. So right here is his mom's. Okay. Okay, see right there. somebody was talking about FedEx, you know, with that little girl who was murdered by the FedEx driver and essayed. Anyways, yeah, it's gross. Anyways, the drivers there, they don't take the packages up the road. The driveways are way too steep. They would get stuck. So they leave them at the end of the driveway, like this one right here. And that's the one I ended up carrying up to his mom's for him. I was just seeing what this was. Nothing exciting. So that house that you could kind of see down there is supposedly that, because I'm right now, while in the vehicle, I'm right in front of Fred's house, and the house that you can see up like in the like far right, like upper kind of corner area, you know what I mean? Not like all the way up the top. Anyways, that house over there, the Redmonds, supposedly that's where that third car was going to. She was staying there from out of state around the time that Summer went missing. I did go alone. What do you mean? Went with I didn't go with any other YouTubers. My daughter and my dog was with me, but she didn't talk to Fred and them with me. She stayed in the car with Athena and locked the door and played her game. But yeah, I'm not at all worried about Fred or Lora. I took Lora to the store with my daughter and with no worry at all. Trust me, your motherly instincts will kick in if if somebody is, sending off certain vibes. No, Caitlin thought Lora was the cutest. She's like, oh, look at her. She's so cute. That's what she kept saying. She was like, she's so cute. Oh, look at her. She's so little cute and cute. Yeah, you have to pull over. In some places, I'm not even sure how people, like if you were to be on a certain part of the road on Ben Hill, like I don't even know how you would be able to get by. Somebody's going to have to go backwards, but you're not hardly ever going to pass anybody. Now, in all my videos that I've got on Ben Hill Road, I think only one of them somebody passes. And that was around the same curve that Lora and Fred ran into Andy at that afternoon that Summer went missing. So I don't understand. Right now, I think people are there's gonna be a lot of people shocked when it I hope to God it comes out, because I hope to God we get some answers someday soon. But I feel like Fred is completely he is so certain that he said it so many times. He's like, he even said this time, exact words were this. He goes, I don't understand why Andy keeps lying about being on the road that day. He was they have him on camera. Law enforcement have him on camera and he knows it. He said that Andy knows that law enforcement have him on camera on Ben Hill that afternoon. But he's gonna, lie as long as he can, I guess. Allegedly. Hey, Connie. Saw Ben Hill in person. Ben Hill killed himself because he was very sick back in, like, I don't know, 60s, 50s or something. He had 12 kids, or it was a lot of kids. It was like at least 9. I'm thinking 11, 12 kids. And one of them was Ronald or Ron. I think Ronald Hill. Yeah, Ronald Hill. And that's Fred Hill's dad. So Fred Hill's grandfather. Okay, so Fred Hill's dad is Ronald. Ronald's dad is Ben Hill. So Fred's grandfather is Ben Hill. And the house that the Rudmans live in is the house that Ben Hill and his grandmother lived. Oh, really? Somebody called his work and the manager was like, I don't remember when he left that day. Was Amanda, when you're in public, you have people around you every day that you have no idea their background or anything about them. Caitlin being going to church, Candace's church, Kirsten Dawn's church is totally fine. Or going sitting at a table with them at Wendy's. Kind of connection with Andy, and that's Michelle D. Exactly. It's Ronnie Lawson. Andy punched in, punched out for a day's work. Camera coming in, going out, but no camera in the shop where he worked. It was said Andy punched in and punched out for a day's work. Camera coming in, camera going out, but no camera in the shop where he worked. Wow. I wonder if it saw him go in and out any other time besides, coming to work and leaving work. Of bay doors, he could have snuck out and back in without anyone knowing. Oh, the membership link. I think if you just go ! Join. How do you know they're real OG? Or where'd you hear that at? Because if it was from Andy that said it, then it's just as soon as somebody lies, like I catch them in a lie, straight out lie, it's so hard for me to believe them. And I mean, I can't. And the only reason why I believe Lora and Fred is just because I haven't caught them in a straight out lie. The more I see so many parallels to the West Memphis 3Ks, corruption in the system, innocent people accused of a crime they had nothing to do with. Well, there's a lot of strange things done by Andy and Jodi Sue around the time that Summer went missing. Okay, like for instance, or let's just name them. Between the hours of what, 2:30 to 5:30, or was it 3:30 to 5:30? All of a sudden, Jodi Sue's and Andy's text just like they're not texting at all when they were texting back and forth the whole time. Thank you so much, Connie. In front of the building where the business is conducted, we as witnesses on camera throughout the day, but not on camera in the shop where the laborers worked. Yeah, I think that the culprits are hiding in plain sight. And thank you so much, Connie. Yay! And AB, we're using Andy Bernard, we're using Dobbs to claim he took Summer, kills two birds with one stone. Okay, so they stopped texting between those hours. Okay, that's one. So just a little just odd things. Maybe by themselves not odd, but when you add them all together, it's just really strange. Okay, so we had that. Then we have Candace running into Jodi Sue at the end of her driveway from 4:30 to 5. Andy was seen from 3 to 3:30 by Fred and Lora at the end of Ben Hill, and Andy denies this. And another weird thing, Andy somehow just forgets what he drove the day Summer went missing. Conveniently just forgets. Let's see, what else was weird that day? There's tons of odd things that happened that were just not normal. Let me see what you guys are saying. She's triggered about 4:30. Who called Dawn to say people were touching kids? Who else could say that? Jodi Sue. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that whole scream thing, that's another odd thing. So there's another thing to add because she's lying. She did not hear that. Fred said there's no way. Like he said you might every great once in a while hear the kids like if they're getting really rowdy. But he said she doesn't hear the kids all the way up over there, is what Fred said. He doesn't believe it. Didn't Andy work at Walmart in Kingsport with a... Oh, did he? I know he did, like, he was driving those, he was sweeping, what do they call a pavement sweeper or whatever? Jodi Sue is definitely sus. And she has no problem throwing a bloody pad on the floor and having people come over. Sorry for even saying that. I know it's gross. But it's important for context to know the type of person we're dealing with here. Wait, okay, let me see what this link is. Okay. This is from a mama. So Adrian, let's see what this is.
Oh, okay. My name is Adrian. I have a YouTube channel that's been covering the Summer Wells case. I've been talking to Andy Bernard quite a bit over the last several months, and he told me he was working for you when Summer Wells went missing. I know the TBI has probably talked to you, but I just wanted to confirm that Andy was at work on June 15th, 2021, if you can tell me that, and see if you remember what time he got there and what time he left that day. I know it's been a while, and I know you're probably sick of it.
I think we went through. The best I can remember, I'm almost positive he was here that day. I do not remember what time he got here or what time he left, anything like that.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
What time do your guys normally leave that? Like whenever they're done?
Yeah, generally it's 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay. All right. And then, do you remember if do you guys have cameras at your place?
We do.
Okay. So he would have been seen on camera if he was there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, obviously, my cameras don't go back 2 years.
Right. And then, the TBI probably came for that stuff, or did they talk to you guys or whatever?
I know they came up here, but I'll be honest, I really don't remember.
Okay.
If we pulled up video or...
Okay.
I know they came up here and talked to him.
Okay.
I don't know if they ever...
Man, I have to pause that for a second because I want to play it all the way through. But what if they didn't get that video footage? That's crazy if they didn't, man. And to think, when you sit there and read the affidavit of the Idaho murders, it's like, wow, it's crazy how in depth and, getting the trash for DNA and stuff is really cool. But are they doing that kind of stuff with Summer? it makes you, wonder. Where's it at, Rose? Well, listen, Rose, before I go, if you can tell me, are you talking about the 911 call from October? Here, let's continue.
Okay. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not a lot of help.
No, that's okay.
I really don't remember, honestly.
That's okay. I've been talking to Andy quite a bit over the last couple of months because of, he's been pulled into this because of, his ex-girlfriend, and because of, just everybody has been because of, the social media stuff. So I was just trying to clear it up, for him, because, I know he's stuck by that he was at work all day and left work about,
best I can remember he was, and I do think at some point we did go back and visit that and look and stuff. And
okay.
I swear the best I can remember he was that day, here, I know he was here that day all day. I'm pretty sure, but
okay.
I just really don't remember the specifics of it being this long.
Okay. So
I know they came up here and talked to him, but I don't remember if they said anything to us or not. They definitely didn't make a big deal about it if they did. But
okay.
I feel like I would have remembered it. So
okay, well, that confirms what he's been saying. So.
Well, what do you guys think? I know, Cotton Candy. It's people try anything to distract when you're. But the thing is, she's going to have to do a lot of distracting because there is a lot of people on her. And I'm pretty sure she's not that smart where she can distract 20 of us at once. Or even more than that now. I mean, I feel like she thinks she's slick. You think it's possible that they could be here, but she is never or was never outside. Right, kitty cat? That's actually going to be probably pretty easy. That's not going to be a hard task to find that vehicle or to find that person. But whether or not they'll talk, some of these people are, I don't know, if she's anything like her family were when I went down there, then she probably won't talk. I just want to know if she saw Andy in front of her. That's it. Or if she saw that Kia Soul. And what time. That's it. If you happen to hear this and you are who I'm talking about, please email me at youtubeziggy@outlook.com and just let us know if you which I mean, I'd like some kind of proof you're who you say you are, but I'd have to check that out. But we want to know if you saw Andy that day, June 15th. Also, what time was that would you remember around what time that would have been that you pulled in that day? Did you see that Kia Soul? And did you see the Kia Soul with another vehicle? And if you truck or whatever, what did the vehicle look like? I guess that's more than like 2 questions, but that's basically it. All basically goes around if you saw Andy and what you could tell us about that day. Oh, and that's another weird thing. Okay, we were pointing out weird coincidences surrounding Andy and Jodi Sue the day of Summer's disappearance, or around the day, her disappearance. Another weird thing. Okay, so we already pointed out 5. Actually, I have a couple more that I just thought of. Jodi Sue and Andy suddenly break up. Soon after Summer went missing, after being together for how many years? Also, another thing is Andy takes off to Knoxville, according to Fred, for like 21 days, like 3 days after Summer went missing. Oh, here's another one too. Jodi Sue and Andy were hanging out camping out at the end of their driveway, literally setting up shop, chairs and everything, having their kids be their little freaking slaves and waitresses, and have their kids fetch them shit. No joke. Well, they sat there and listened to everything going on. It's almost like they're the type of people that, starts a fire and then comes back once the police get there to watch it all unfold. He was supposedly abusing her, according to her, yes. What's wrong? Oh, did you get lightheaded in the shower? I've had that happen before. Wow. Yeah, be careful. I've passed out in the shower before, and that's bad news bears. Yeah, where were her kids during the search? I hope I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything, because I know how people, it happens to me, all the time on here and stuff, but I am seriously worried about her daughter and where is she staying, because if she's really staying where I'm told she's staying, then it's like a 1-room thing, and she sits there and chain smokes. Where is her? Is her daughter laying on? I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know. My opinion is not better than anybody. My opinion, Rose? No, my opinion is not better than anybody else's. That's why we listen to all opinions here, because it helps me. It helps me think reading your guys' thoughts and theories. I'm not one of those people that am like really want to like stuck in my ways or stuck with my I think things a certain way and that's just how it is. No, I'm not like that at all. I'm always willing to bend. Always. My opinion can be changed pretty much on anything if shown like proof to the contrary. Where else? Right, sweetie? I agree. I'm not trying to, how do I say that? I'm not going to talk about it. Never mind. But I definitely agree, sweetie. I definitely agree. And what I was about to say was going to be basically about what you said, but I know I have to be careful because when talking about children, it's like a slippery slope here on YouTube, and also people can get very sensitive, but I definitely agree because all I'm going to say is she seems delayed. So I just hope, because otherwise this cycle going on is just going to continue. Her daughter's going to, she's going to get stuck. Her daughter is going to end up stuck out there in Ben Hill, Beach Creek area. Going to get, it's going to just be a never-ending cycle. The tiny homes are adorable. I agree. I stayed in in order to go to Tennessee cheap, I stayed in an RV. I rented one of those, and actually it worked out perfectly for me, Caitlin, and the pup. And speaking of, actually, I need to rate her. I even pull that up so I don't forget. So that's probably what I'll do from now on is just get RVs when I go down there, if I go down there again. I don't know. It's getting to almost, I don't know if I'll be down there again. I'm not sure. I don't really see what for really much anymore because there's still some people that we need to talk to, but each time that I go to Tennessee, it's like less and less. It's going to be less and less eventful, probably. My theory on what happened? No, Athena did not pass away. Aw. Oh, thank you, kitty cat. Athena did not pass away. Oh, no. You didn't hear me in that video go, in one of those videos I played tonight, I was talking to Athena. I said, Athena, here we're back at your roots, or we're back at your beginnings, or whatever. She was in the car. That's the first time she had been back, even in the car, to Ben Hill since she was a puppy. Mary, but no. She's not staying in the camper, though. That's the problem, Mary, is what I'm saying. And still, it has nothing. She shouldn't. I don't have a problem with where she's staying, but that smoke, she sits there and chain smokes in there, you know? She shouldn't make her daughter have to sit there and. That's my only issue. That's fine, live in the RV, you or her, and just them two, that's fine, whatever. But don't sit there and chain smoke in a one room, whatever you're in, camper or. She's in a one room type thing. I wasn't. Oh, I know, Rose. Oh, thank you, kitty cat. Real OG. I saw you dox me in my license plate, so I really am not taking anything you say seriously. You could have put me and my daughter in danger, so it wasn't very smart. I don't care as far as after, but you're putting it in a chat where everybody can see. It's obviously you're trying to bring harm to me, and I have a daughter. Is what people forget, But obviously, Lora knows that I record our conversations because she's obviously heard herself on here before several times and commented. She's actually commented under the videos sometimes. So yes, she's not dumb. She knows I record my conversations with them. And I don't know about threatening. She didn't threaten Jodi Sue. She did not threaten Jodi Sue at all. What she said is that she said that if she doesn't understand why Jodi Sue brags about being a snitch, because the guy that she snitched on, Kenny Lawson, is very dangerous. And actually, he just got out in October and then was sent to a halfway house and literally just got out of that within a week or so. Or within the week or so. So, yeah, she should probably be kind of scared. Maybe that's why she's not staying in the RV anymore. I don't know. It's pretty shitty to set somebody up the day they get out of jail. And she straight up brags about it on here, guys. She says that she's been working with law enforcement for 3 decades. What do you guys think that means? Do you guys really think she looks like the type that, graduated from the police academy? No, she's a snitch. She is the type of person who does not care about putting somebody else in jail in exchange for her to save her ass. Which, a lot of people do that, but it doesn't bug her at all that she just keeps doing it. She records all the farts. Now, I'll bring Athena on tomorrow or something. Not today, just because I I'm not dressed appropriately. I came on here in a sports bra, which you could only see the top. And I guess that was like YouTube news or something. You couldn't even see like, I made sure that it wasn't like all you could see was the straps, like the shoulders. And I guess it was made into a big deal. So I definitely can't go on camera now. Well, yeah, I do want to hear, I hope Lips can release some of these calls. I wish she would like release some, like at least like, if you're listening, Lips, can you release like, I don't know, some important clips from your guys' phone calls or something? Because if she talked to Candace the day Summer went missing at around 6 or 6:15, and if she had been staying there, according to Fred, like just up until like she was staying there for a long period of time, right up until the point Summer went missing. And, Fred's like doesn't understand how Marlena's kind of just she's just kind of been able to, nobody's like focusing on her, but he thinks it's really important to focus on her. And if it's true that Marlena was going to be a go-between to find a family for adoption, to adopt one of the Wells boys, if Marlena said that, I really want to hear that. We just have to have them saying it, though. You know what I mean? We have to hear Marlena say it. Yeah, nope. You can't. Well, the thing is, you can't really. I just do what I think is the right thing, and sometimes I know some of the things I say are just going to cause outrage or whatever, but when I mess up, I just I apologize, and I just try to do what I feel is the right thing, you guys. It's the best I can do. I apologize when I'm wrong. And that's it. But I am going to go. I'll have more of the recordings tomorrow for you guys with Lora and Haskell, and maybe some with Mama Arnold, with Jason Arnold's mom. A little bit, because she has some important things to say about law enforcement, I think. She really would love people to look into her son's case, if anybody's interested. So anyways, guys, hope everybody has a great night, and I will talk to you soon.